Aloha family. Take a few minutes, let a few of you get on here. Happy new moon in Gemini. This amazing new moon peaked here in Louisiana at 5:01 a.m. today. And my ascending is Gemini, so I was feeling this one really strong over the last couple of days. I was going through major purging in my body. Like incredible amounts of energy was being released from my body. And I definitely had the awareness that there was some assistance taking place. I've been working really diligently over the last probably 6 months to realign the skeletal structure of my body so that I can have a free and mobile pelvis to align my spine in the gravity field. And part of that journey was going to Mexico for 7 weeks and becoming certified in Rolfing, which is structural integration. And what that does is that, over time, there's an injury that happens in the body, car accidents and surgeries and scars and all kinds of things that can create stuck myofascia. And when the myofascia tissue in the body gets stuck, that moves the skeletal structure and it becomes out of line. And through this, and not only does it realign the body structure, it definitely activates Kundalini, because where there's stuck tissue, there's stuck energy, and that's not allowing the frequency to flow properly. And it has been a journey of the psyche and the body. And last night I was going through it in my body where I felt these huge waves of just energy, like working to release and heal. And I was thinking like, wow, like not only is it a journey to go through the mind, but also to heal the body. It's all, the mind is the body. It all coincides with one another, whether we realize it or not. So it was very intense for me over the last couple of days, and I woke up today feeling much better, still feeling a little bit in my shoulders. I was in a really bad car accident when I was 19, and I didn't have a seatbelt on, and I hit the windshield of a vehicle so hard that it bust the whole thing out. It pulled all of my hair out. I was 19. I didn't go to the hospital. I didn't go in an ambulance or anything like that, and I realized through my journey of structural integration that accident has I'll be 40 next month. So I've had 21 years of physical and mental trauma from that one incident, not including other things. I broke my wrist. I have a plate and 7 screws in my left wrist. Just different things of moving that stuck fascia so that the energy can align properly. And so as I do this, I clear a lot of energy in my body. A lot of you know that I channel mudras and sound alchemy with my voice, sound tuning, sound frequency to heal not only the vibration of the outside, the auric field of the chakras, which is every cell is a chakra, but also the molecular structure of my body. And so on this new moon day, I wanted to initiate a clearing. Since I just went through it over the last almost 48 hours, I cleared out my vessel so that I could come back full circle. And I feel as though the clearer we are, the clearer the channel is, and the more authentically we can hear what's coming through within and channel that energy outwardly as well. Light language is movement in the body or speaking another language that comes through intuitively through the channel. And I began doing this the end of this month will be 2 years that I began integrating this. It was a very powerful experience how it all started, and I've taken a lot of time to myself to develop and learn what's coming through, and it's still a process. And so I share with you as I learn within me. And so there are mudras that we can use with our hands, and not only are there certain symbols which activate energy. The symbols mean something, sigils, like magic symbols. But also there's elements in the body that are associated with the median, the meridian lines in the body. If you study Chinese medicine at all, you know a little bit about what I'm talking about. Acupuncturists know a lot about this. Just like the pinky on the outside of the pinky, that's the heart meridian. I do a lot of work with people with their heart meridian to open up the channel to come here, because it flows this way out and this way down. So there's different, and up and out, of course. So what I've come to realize after doing sessions with people and myself is that it's, especially since I've become certified in structural integration, I now do my sessions completely different, because I realize it's about moving the tissue and moving the body so that the channel can open up to allow the energy to flow through. That's why stretching is so important. I don't practice yoga on a regular basis at this point or anything like that. I just sit on the floor and stretch my body and do what comes through intuitively. All we have to do in this life is get out of the way of ourselves and allow, and the healing that we require for ourselves will come through. I am walking, living proof of that. I know that in this lifetime I've integrated my avatar to come in and heal myself in this lifetime, not just my karmic past, but also my body, all of the old cycles of chains that have been put on my life, my energy from other places that's come into this lifetime. Just the other day, I had one of the most powerful sessions I've done with anyone. And as I share healing with someone, I receive it as well. And I was getting all of these messages that I was removing all these plugs from my right ear and my right brain and all these things, some of the things I've been working on. And it's really phenomenal how when we share healing with other people, we receive it in return. So there is an exchange that takes place. It isn't just one-sided. We are open to receive when we step into that space with someone else that's open to receive. So there's this beautiful dance of energy that takes place between two people or a group of people, if there's a group activation or a group clearing or healing that takes place. It's really beautiful. And so when positioning our bodies in specific movements, we create this vortex of energy. And a lot of times I'll just sit on the floor and start stretching, and then my body will begin to move. I don't have to even think or know what to do. I don't claim to know yoga or to stretch on or on a professional level, yet I know what my body needs because I allow it to come through. And if you think about it this way, it's just like listening to music. If you're listening to music and all of a sudden you start bebopping around and you're not doing it yourself, you're not consciously putting in the effort to dance, well, that is you. That is the essence of your higher self. That is your avatar energy coming through. And it's the same thing as healing. It just takes the human to recognize that that's what's taking place, to redirect the intention. So I know that a lot of you have begun moving your bodies, and some of you are throwing mudras up, watching my activations, and some of the work we've done together you've now activated into developing your light language. And this is the other thing too. My light language is my light language, and so many other people have their own light language, and that's because we all each have our own program. And yes, some of us can do the same things that other people are doing, which is really amazing, and I just love that so much. So use other people, use the outside world as a mirror to develop your own story, your own program, your own light language. Because I realize while I keep trying to mimic or compare what I'm doing with what's been going on for centuries and centuries throughout the ancients back in India and Tibet and Indonesia and those places where these like next level mudras and energy and healing work comes through, that I'm not finding all of the answers I'm looking for to describe a lot of the mudras and things that I'm displaying. So I realized, well, okay, instead of looking outside of myself to find it, I've decided I'm going to get within and do a little bit of studying and develop what my own language is coming through so that I can teach and share that with others. A lot of you are asking me about teaching this light language and how you can use it to heal yourselves and heal others. And I'm hearing the call. I'm definitely going to be answering it soon, because for me, I can do healing and do all of this all day long, but for me, it's about empowering others to heal themselves and to share that with other people. And it happens automatically, as above, so below. You know, so it's like we can empower each other to step outside of the construct of our own minds, to open up the boxes and let our energy flow freely and develop what we're doing for ourselves, not comparing ourselves to other people in a way that diminishes our own light. And so today I'm going to initiate this new moon Gemini clearing. This is a huge purging. Like I said, I've been going through it in my body the last couple of days. My moon cycle started, and it's really intense too. So this is a really, really strong cleansing moon. I definitely can feel that. And this is a really epic, majestic week as well. I'm not sure how many of you know the sequence of 369. Numerology is the algorithmic code of our consciousness that we exist in this etheric gravity field. And this week, this month is 6 for June. And in this week, we're going to have the days 3, 6, 9. And 2019 adds up to 12, which is 3. So this is a very majestic week. So be mindful of that as you go about and think about your thought processes and what reality you're manifesting, because thoughts are energy in motion and they create reality, especially when spoken out loud. Okay. So I decided that I wasn't going to play music along today. I just wanted it to be quiet because music is fun and it's entertaining and it's pretty to watch and listen to. Yet at the end of the day, there are no words and no sounds that are necessary because energy speaks for itself. And so if you're open to receive this invitation of an activation, all you have to do is in your channel, in your mind, is to say that you are open to receive. And you may start to feel sensations happening in your body. I generally go through the chakra system, the main ones. Sometimes they all get tapped on, sometimes they don't. You can channel along with me by using your intention to those places to imagine activation, imagine a clearing, imagine a light coming through to activate your channel, to align your kundalini, to open up your channel to receive and share and give in a more authentic light. Okay, here we go. So this area of the chest is super important to open up. This is the part of our wings. And when I see this as being a huge highway and byway is what I hear for the flow of electricity from the heart out and down out of the arm. So I'll tap and I'll pull and open this up. So I just wanted to pause for a second to explain what that is. This area right here is super important. I see like electricity and things coming through here. So tapping activates the area of the body and the organs and the energy field. So tapping is opening up these two areas, the heart and the shoulder, the right shoulder, to make the connection, to allow the energy to flow through. It's like charging up the station. Releasing energy and pushing it out. And figure eights is the rhythm of the chi. And so that is creating balance. Solar plexus tapping. The solar plexus is the element of fire, which is also the thumb meridian. Fire, air. "55 snaps." Snapping dispersed energy. It also activates energy. Portal opening. This is a clearing of the solar plexus. I'll grab the energy cord. Like I said, I envision a thick round band and I pull the energy out. The magic mudra, which is crossing ether and earth. Ether over earth. And it's also the back of the body. It's just not the front too. So when I'm clearing the solar plexus, a lot of times I'll pull from the front and the back. It's a timeline shift. It's like my avatar runs. Like you can see it running, throwing up mudras. That's collapsing the gap between here and there in the ley lines. A lot of the times, the time of the clock, the way that it feels will speed up or slow down when I shift timelines. So that's kind of cool. Place your hand on your heart. And I just heard, I solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Heart space, authenticity. Because we're only lying to ourselves. Sacral. Releasing the cords, removing the chains. The kidneys. I'm going to pump the kidneys now. Tapping on the third eye. pituitary, pineal gland activation. Activates the neural networks in the brain. By the power invested in me, times 3, times 3, times 3. So, mote it be. You can activate the palm, your energy in your palm, by moving in circles, tapping, activating the chi. Throat chakra. And earlier I said 55 snaps, and it was actually 60, and I just did 60 again, which is new, so that's interesting. Right ear, fluttering. Lots of solar plexus clearing today. This is where we hold on to the energy of so many people, so many past experiences. That's why it diminishes the fire and the channel and this intuitional flow of creativity a lot of the time within us, because we got to heal that solar plexus. This is the Mudra for Ganesha, which is the god of overcoming. And I'll do this a lot, right at the solar plexus. Gives it that extra strength to rebalance. Becoming one with humanity. 33 snaps. Crown chakra's clear. Pulling out energy, clearing in the third eye. Clearing the frontal lobe. Clearing the throat. Yeah. Heart is always good. Solar plexus. Removing more sacral. Opening a portal in the root. Stoking the fire. Now we're pulling the energy up from the root, pulling it up and out of the crown. That's the flow up and out and around. That's the torus field. Up and out and around and back in. Creating equilibrium. Setting the balance. Om Namah Shivaya. Do a lot of healing on myself here. I feel like I need a superhero shield to wear over my solar plexus when I go out. Creating the yin and the yang. Recalibration. From the east to the west, from the north to the south. blessed, we're blessed, we are blessed. Okay. Cleared and balanced. Still releasing more energy here from the solar plexus. Once work has been done, it doesn't mean it stops just because the channel signifies that it's clear. It takes time to integrate energy work, just like body work. If you go get regular massages or you get acupuncture, it happens instantly, but there is a release of energy that takes place, and there is more integration. It doesn't just like it takes time to reform things sometimes, especially when it comes with working with the physical body. And so this, I like to say, 7 days of integration, the first 3 days especially, because once something triggers a release, not only does it purge physically from the molecular structure, it also purges the psyche. So a clearing like this can bring things up from the mind, into the mind from the past, things maybe you haven't thought about in a long time, maybe things that you've moved past emotionally. Those things will come up. And so as those things come up in your psyche, remember to be gentle and realize that this is a purge, this is a clearing, this is a healing taking place. And you might notice changes in your body as well. Some of you may have felt sensations through your body as the clearing and activation was taking place. I know a lot of you do. So you may find that you're speaking a lot more. That was the solar plexus and the throat chakra are definitely connected. We receive here, and our voice is how we speak our own truth based on our experiences. So when these two get aligned, it really, really opens up and amplifies the signal for everything else, I find. And so you may find you have a little digestive movement things going on. Maybe needed to go to the bathroom a little bit more. The body can purge that way, and also, through vomiting sometimes, crying and laughing out of nowhere definitely is a way that humans purge energy, whether there's a thought attached to it or not. So I say, I allow myself the space to purge and to heal and come back full circle in whatever way that looks like. And we don't have to be apologetic about the time and space that we create for that to happen. So maybe you feel like you don't have enough time in your day, or you're telling yourself these stories that you don't have time to do this or that. But the fact is that if you're sitting in a chair in your house right now looking at me on your phone, that means you could be propping it up, sitting on the floor, stretching. So, like you could get out and go outside and take a walk. And it doesn't take very much time. Just a few moments a day starts a new habit, which expands and it evolves and spirals up into something that's even greater than we can imagine. So allow yourself the space to nurture and heal and spark that creative flow, to find inspiration within yourself and allow the healing to come through and take place. And if any of you have any questions or need any further assistance or like to book a session with me, I do online remote sessions as well. Please feel free to message me and let's talk about some things, or post on a comment. There are lots of people here that are very open and are here to assist others as well. So you're not in this alone. Wherever you are and whatever you're feeling, we're all feeling the same things. The only thing that separates us are our circumstances, the stories that we tell ourselves and others. I love you to the moon, family. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for all that you do. I love you so much.